Let's get this party started.
Coverage tight, spotlight on tomorrow. Who you with? Trust, you'll be delighted that you followed. At Phirst Contention, the invention. We debate sports, of course we should mention. What's that? We cover games, we don't play suspensions. We 100, so if your star's missing, we let you know your squad surely gone fishing. We never fish though, no, not our motto. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention.
Hello world and welcome back to another episode of Phirst Contention, and it is officially football season. Full throttle, all gears a go. Yes, so we got a whole big recap. We're going to give you the best, the worst, the good, the bad, all from this past Sunday and Monday Night Football right here on Phirst Contention. So let's kick things off by introducing everybody. Once again, we got Mr. Ty Sosina. How you doing?
Salutations. Bear down.
We got Mr. Marvin Banks. What's going on?
Uh-oh, you know what time it is. Hola, senors and senoritas. He is back.
And last but not least, my man, my partner in Maryland, Mr. Steve Davis. What's going on?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let's have a good one.
It is Phirst Contention, and like I said, NFL. This show is all about NFL recap. Sunday, we had game after game after game. I was watching the Red Zone. I didn't know what to do. We're going to jump right into it, and I would like to know, first off, who is your player of the week? Sunday and Monday, you got a lot of players to choose from. Who is your player of the week in the NFL this week one? Steve, let's start it off with you.
Yeah, as much as it hurts me to say this, but I'm going to say, stick with Maryland and say Mr. Joe Flacco is my player of the week simply because of the way he commanded his no-huddle offense and was very flawless. Going 21 for 29, 2 touchdowns, 299 yards. And he came out in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left of the game because they were dominating the Bengals so much, just kind of showcasing that he should be an elite quarterback. So I'm pretty surprised with that.
Okay, yes, I wouldn't say flawless. There were some flaws, but he was pretty darn close to being flawless. He did have a heck of a game, and the Ravens indeed showed out. Banks, what are your thoughts? Who's your player of the week?
Man, it's easy for me to say RG3, which I know Ty probably is going to say, but let's go with someone up in New York. I would have to say Mark Sanchez actually played a pretty good game for someone that we criticized earlier in our podcast, talking about how the New York Jets was going to struggle, but he dominated the Buffalo Bills, who I had as a playoff team, and he just went out to go destroy them for 4 touchdowns, and no mention of Tim Tebow at all during that domination of the Buffalo Bills.
Well, no, I did say Sanchez is going to have a good season just because of this Tebow situation. I did say that.
Well, of course he's going to have a good season because he has the opportunity to touch the hem of Tim Tebow's garment. Moving right along.
Wow.
Hi, who is your player of the week?
Obviously, RG3 was amazing, but I'm going to go a little different. I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to show some love to defense, baby. We're going to go back to Baltimore, not Joe Flacco, Steve. I'm talking about the best safety in the game, Ed Reed. He had a 34-yard touchdown. He got 1,497 return yards, which puts him past Hall of Famer Rod Woodson. I'm talking about 2-0 Team Ed Reed, Hurricanes all day. Ed Earl Reed Jr. GOAT.
Too bad he pulled a hamstring after that, too, though.
Hey, yeah. He's up there in age, but you know what? He still balls out.
He won't be around for the next game.
All right. We got our players of the week. I'm a little surprised no one picked RG3, being that he actually upheld to all the hype that he's been getting. But okay, we'll keep
that. That was my second pick.
Okay, second pick, number 2. RG3, number 2. No mention of Andrew Luck either. Yeah, interesting. Moving right along, we're going to go into things with our disappointment of the week. Yes, we're going to do the bad first. What was your disappointment of the week? Who were you expecting to do better and let you down completely? We'll start things off with you, Mr. Banks. Thanks.
It's hard for me to say this, but I'm just gonna have to come on and say this. I'm just gonna have to say Green Bay. They completely disappointed me this past week. They have a rough four game stretch. I thought that if they could come out 3-1, if they could defeat the 49ers, maybe lose to the Bears next week, maybe they could come out 3-1. But now I'm just hoping for 2-2 right now. So the most disappointing team to me this week has to be the Green Bay Packers, in offense and defense wise. Oh God!
No cheese for the cheeseheads. All right, let's keep it moving. Ty, who was your disappointment of the week? Couldn't be the Bears because they won, baby. Just thought I thought it.
Absolutely not. The Bears were everything that we expected them to be this season, and then some. I don't think you can pick the Packers. They faced the top tier defense of the league in the 49ers. I was going to go one of two ways. We have Buffalo, which just, had all this expectation, and they're just the same. Fitzpatrick's the same. Mario Williams got a big contract. He got one sack or one tackle the whole game. I'm going to Philadelphia, the dream team, the dynasty, I can play a whole season, not get injured. We're doing this for Garrett Reed. Mike Vick throws 3 interceptions and is one TJ Ford interception away from losing 4 interceptions. He's one TJ Ford interception from losing the game. And the Philadelphia Inquirer next day had headline, here a pick, there a pick, everywhere a Vic pick. That is absolutely embarrassing. It is disgraceful.
Okay, Ty, I'm going to have to stop you there. Philly's your disappointment of the week. Steve,
their pick, everywhere a big pick. I totally agree, though. My disappointment of the week has to be Michael Vick. He's on my fantasy squad as a starting quarterback, and he throws 4 picks. He fumbles twice. He throws the ball 56 times. Come on, Eagles, what are we doing? You have LaShawn McCoy back there. You got to balance that offense out because you can't block. And it's just disappointment that they had to beat Cleveland by 1 point at the last second. This is Cleveland. And Brandon Weeden 4 interceptions himself. Come on now. That was giving you the game.
Even though how bad the Eagles play, a win is a win. No matter how bad you play, a W is a W. Nobody's going to go back into the box score and look at that. Say WW. I'd rather take an ugly win by the Green Bay Packers than for them to lose. I'd rather take a 1-0 than an 0-1 start. This is the only time I can say that the Vikings have a better record than the Packers right now. So you know how hard that is for me to say.
All right. So you two, Steve and Ty, picked Philly, but they still won. I happened to spend the weekend in Philadelphia, and I don't think that the city gave a crap as long as they won either. So I'm going to have to go with Banks on that one. But moving right along, let's jump into our next question and our final one. Who was the biggest surprise? Who surprised you guys this past week? Sunday or Monday night? Who did it? We'll start things off with you, Steve.
Man, I was totally surprised by Mr. Peyton Manning himself. He went out there against the Steelers, who were a top 5 defensive team the past 10 years, and he just totally decimated them. He picked them off. He ran his offense. He looked the same way that he did 2 years ago. Had the offense flowing. He just looked like the old Peyton, and I was so surprised at the way he came out, and he was just kind of flawless. Got these guys ready. It's going to take some time for the receivers to kind of get the rapport that he wants, but you can see that it's going to be a good season for them.
The old Peyton, and by old, you don't mean actual age. Anyway, moving right along. Ty, who was your biggest surprise of the week?
All right. Not doing Sunday, not doing Monday. I'm going back to Wednesday. I'm talking the Lone Star State. I'm talking the Dallas Cowboys beating the defending Super Bowl champions in their place. It's banner night. There's all this pandemonium. No one expects you to do anything until you actually do something, so they actually did it. Big ups to them and their defense, especially Morris Claiborne. He had some rough patches, but he did well. Him and Brandon Carr, they really controlled Eli.
Wow, good pick. Nice pick. And last but not least, Banks, who was your surprise of the week? Who just did it and you didn't think they had it in them?
And forget what you guys talking about. I'm gonna go with RG3. I didn't think Washington was gonna score 40 points in the Superdome. When I'm looking at my fantasy team, I'm looking like, please, Drew Brees, please continue up with RG3. But I have to give it to the second overall pick and RG3. I didn't think that he was gonna live up to his stats of going into New Orleans, into that Thunderdome of New Orleans, and come out with a victory like he did. He put up 40 points in his first game. I have to give all the salute to RG3. So you guys out there in Maryland, I think Shanahan has found himself a future quarterback of the future. Hold on. I would definitely have to give it to RG.
I just got a text from RG3. He said, "Whoever said progress was a slow process was not talking about me."
I was obviously not, because the way that honestly, the way that the Eagles have struggled, the way that the Giants lost to the Cowboys, and the way that the Cowboys kind of were off and on, you might say a good case that if RG3 continues to play at the pace that he's playing, he might be able to stick the Redskins into the playoffs.
Here's a question, a bonus question. Will you guys say that, or who would you say as a rookie performed the best this past week?
It has to be RG3.
Easily, yeah, I have to concur. Easily, it has to be RG3. The way that he just the way that he went into New Orleans and just dominated that New Orleans team. I understand that they don't have a defense at all or no pass rushers at all, but the way that he put up 40 points with ease in that long touchdown pass to Pierre Garçon, it was just. I mean, he just dominated the whole game.
But you also have to take into consideration that New Orleans is going through a lot of things. This isn't just they've been through a lot. They've had stuff for contracts, the whole bounty gate thing. Right. So this isn't the same New Orleans of old. So check the
Superdome though.
Anyway, we are out of time. Thank you for tuning in. We got Phirst Contention fans all over the world. We love you. Continue to tune in. Let us know what you want to hear from us. Follow us on Twitter. Jump in. What's your contention? See ya.
Ride with Phirst Contention, that's full throttle in. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Game face grit, like born for playoffs. Say it all in small time like payoffs.